Hey there, literary citizens! So, the other day I took a trip to Powell's Books, where I encountered an interesting yet not uncommon phenomenon in my life that I like to call accidental books. It happened so quickly I almost didn't notice before it was over. I had gone in for one particular book, but when I saw another book that I'd been meaning to read for forever, I told myself, well, one more won't hurt. And then one more became two more, and then three more, and then 4 and 5 and 6, until I got to a point where I could no longer carry them all gracefully. And while I was standing there in the young adult aisle and trying to balance this pile of books without dropping them all over the floor, I had a few seconds to think about what exactly I was doing. This moment of realization, which usually coincides with the moment I start to calculate the checkout bill in my head, is also usually the moment where I put a few books back. It's never as many as I should, but returning one or two to their shelves at least makes me feel a little like a responsible adult who can stick to a budget. Some people might call accidental books a problem, but I think there are actually more pros than cons. Sure, maybe I should be spending my money on something like, groceries, and maybe I'll have to curb my addiction when I run out of space to keep all my accidental books, but even then I can always keep up my habit for free at the library. Accidental books are just as good there, too. Besides, getting to read the books I'm excited about at the particular moment I'm most excited for them always leaves me with a sense of happiness that can only be compared to eating a meal I've been craving for weeks. Seeing those books on the passenger seat as I drive home is like smelling something cooking on the stove. It's tantalizing. Even if some of the initial excitement wears off after reading a book or two, having that physical stack of books on my nightstand is a great way for me to remember and prioritize the books I'm most interested in, especially since there are so many other books out there I also want to read. As for why accidental books happen, I don't think there's a single cause, but rather several contributing factors. Any books with a reduced price, like used books or sale books, are likely to become accidental books. Same goes for books on display or anything marked with a staff recommendation. What can I say? I'm a shameless victim of marketing strategies. Sometimes, accidental books just come from browsing a particular author or subject. But I think the driving force behind all accidental books, no matter how they actually ended up in my hands, is hidden in that moment where I stop and try to put some back. That's the moment when buying the books actually becomes inevitable, because that's the moment when I start rationalizing. Well, if I don't like the book, I can always sell it back, and if I do like the book but not enough to keep it, I can give it to a friend, and I haven't bought books in such a long time, so let's just call it an early Christmas present to myself, and maybe I won't be able to go out for a month after this, but at least I'll have my books, right? Any argument I try to give myself will only end up as another justification. I guess accidental books are just in my nature, because I can always find a reason to buy another book. So have you experienced accidental books? Come on, I can't be the only one. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you on Wednesday. Hey there, literary... God, my glasses are gross. And then, while standing there in the young adult aisle and trying to balance, but rather several contributing factors. Multiple.